Hey guys, it's Zeke, and this is Dilligolf. Thanks for watching. Make sure you comment below and like and subscribe, all the fun stuff that YouTubers say to do, because I'm trying to grow this channel. Give you more good, informative reviews from a average to crappy golfer perspective. I'm a 17.6 handicap. I fluctuate. I've been 20, I've been 15, I've been 16, now I'm back to 17.6. Hopefully I'm gonna get it back down. But my reviews are from the perspective of a golfer that doesn't have a great swing, that is not a great player, but I wanna get better, and I wanna tell you about equipment that might help you. And I wanna tell you about equipment that might help you from my perspective. Today, we are going to be talking about my switch from a Callaway driver from 2016 to a Ping G430 SFT driver, and now a Ping G430 Max 10K. Before we go into the entire review about the Max 10K, here's a few shots of me hitting it out on the range.
A little backswing here in a second. See just how far he can put this one. Oh man, that was a nice straight shot.
Definitely going straight though. So I got 225 carry, 243 total. Ball speed 144 on that one. 250 total. Straight as an arrow on that one. Whew, 240 carry. 258 total. Sliced it. I could feel that one. Even though I felt like I sliced it, only deviated about 10 yards from center. Still went 240 total. 245 carry, 264 total. 245 carry. 269. Let's start off with stuff like aesthetics. When I first saw the G430 series, I'm not a huge fan of the yellow, right? I love black clubs. I love black irons. I don't have any, but I like the way they look. My car is black. I just like the color black. And this has very much a stealthy look to it. You know, with the turbulators, which I'll look up what that means and then tell you about it. The little lines on the top of the club head. Ping's explanation is they help the airflow around the club better. I honestly can't tell you if it does or not from what my feel is. If I had some kind of device that measured wind resistance in a wind tunnel, I could probably tell you that accurately. So I'm not gonna tell you either way or not. What I like them for is alignment of the ball when I'm getting ready. I could be totally doing that wrong, but I like them because of that. And then the front. But I'm not a fan of the yellow. I just wasn't a fan of the yellow. I got over that quick, especially since when you're hitting it from up here, and that's what you see the majority of the time, it doesn't really bother you. It definitely has a big, big club face. I kind of like the look of that weight in the back. A lot of clubs nowadays have those. They're adjustable. This one's not adjustable. You can switch it out for different weights, but it's not adjustable. It has an adjustable hosel, not really sure how you say it, but that's going to adjust the loft and the lie of it. Unlike the SFT, you don't have the adjustment for more or less draw bias. So what do you think? Is that a good looking club or what? Now the staff I have in it is the Ping Tour 2.0, and it is a 65 stiff. I needed the stiff shaft because I had a regular flex with my Callaway, and I was noticing I was having a lot of issues, probably because it was flexing so much. I'm not saying I'm the strongest guy in the world, but my club head speed is pushing between 90 and 100 usually, and they said I need to go with stiff. So I went with that, and I like it. I had this in my SFT as well. Everything is stock. I even left it on its factory stock hosel adjustment there. It's just neutral as far as loft goes. The only thing I changed was the Jumbo Max grips, which if you subscribe to my channel, you've seen my review on the Jumbo Max grips. I love these. Pain in forearms gone. I feel like I can swing it better, and I have total control of the club head, except for when I just pulled it over and it hit my microphone stand. It's okay though. As far as the size, you can see this is a big head of a club. This is the biggest club head that Ping has put out to date, and it maxes out on all the USGA allowances for front to back, side to side, everything that the USGA says you can do this and not be hitting an illegal head. This one pushes the limits right to the edge. Carbon fiber. I love carbon fiber. It's a very lightweight, very strong material. People use it in cars. People use it in other devices where you need lightweight stuff, but you need the strength. This has a carbon fly wrap crown, which it comes around down underneath here and here. You can kind of see the carbon fiber in there. I like that look. The carbon fiber look, I think, is slick to me. I have read online some reviews where they don't think that's as strong. I've probably hit, gosh, at this point, probably a couple thousand balls, and I've not had any issues, and I've even had some off hits up here and no issues at all. I'm gonna go ahead and use the words that Ping uses. I think it's just marketing words. Spinsistency. I'll get it right eventually. It has a thinner face with spincisticity. I give up. It's very consistent with the spinning. Basically, that means it just optimizes and makes the spin more consistent across the whole face. Like I said before, you can adjust the loft and lie with the hosel, and the sound coming off of this is fantastic. I've hit the the 425 that was before this, and it was reminiscent, it's not as bad, but it was reminiscent of that old Nike Sasquatch. I always kind of liked it. I liked the loud crack from the Sasquatch. I didn't like it as much off the Ping. I don't know why. This one does not have that. This has a great sound. Looks wise, I think it's great. I've even gotten used to having the Jumbo Max on the end. It's a fantastic club as far as looks goes. Now let's talk about the important stuff that makes the Max 10K the Max 10K. 10K being the key word there. The 10K gives this the most forgiving club Ping has ever made. Now, how does someone judge whether or not a club is forgiving outside of the end user, me, you, whoever buys the club, saying, wow, I hit a really crappy shot and that thing went fairly straight or just barely went offline a little bit? There's science behind it and special phrases like MOI, moment of inertia. And I could show you all kinds of little pictures. Here's one right here, just kind of saying, if the ball hits here, it's still gonna. Basically what the MOI, or the moment of inertia is if you hit the ball here or here, just anything left or right of center, towards the heel or towards the toe, is it going to spin the club and open it up, or spin the club and close it down? And then you hook or slice it really, really bad. This is where the 10K comes in. The 10K is the highest MOI that any club has ever recorded. Is Ping the first? I'm not sure if Ping or TaylorMade was the first, because they have the QI10, which is also a 10K MOI club. I hit that one, hits great. There was something about the Ping that I liked a little bit better. I don't know if it was the design, looks, that very well could have been, because sometimes aesthetics, if something's hitting equally, will steer you one way or another. But the QI10 is a good looking club too, but I went with the Ping. All that being said, when you have a high MOI, a high moment of inertia, you have less twist either way when impacting the ball with the face of the club. And if you have less twist, the likelihood that you're going to have a straighter ball is pretty high. And I like that, because I typically don't have straight hit balls. Like I said, it has different settings of loft. You have, I'm going to read it, hope you don't mind. Actually, here, I'll pop it up here. You have the neutral setting, then it goes neutral +1 degree, then a bigger plus, which is +1.5, the dash, which is -1, the thicker dash, which is -1.5, neutral. Then you have the flat minus, or flat dash and flat plus, 0, -1, +1. What does all that mean? I have no earthly idea, because I'm not going to adjust it. I'm hitting this thing great. Depending on how I tweak my swing, I may start having a little bit more of a draw or a little bit more of a fade. And that can help. The loft adjustment can help with that. I will have another video talking about that because I want to learn what this means. I want to learn everything there is to know about golf and then bring it to you from a crappy golfer perspective. So anyways, that's that. If you know what it means and all that excites you, awesome. I don't. I just hit this well. So the story of how I got to the Max 10K is I had a Callaway X-Hot driver. And for me, it was a great driver, but I still had a horrible slice. If the hole was there, I had to aim over there. Yeah, true story. I could hit it 300 yards, and that's not one of those, oh yeah, I hit 300-yard bombs all the time. No, I really could. I'm 6'7", I'm a giant guy. I could hit 300-yard bombs, but if I was aiming that way, they were in like 3 fairways over. So I hear about the G430 SFT, and I know they've had other SFT models before, but that straight flight technology, the SFT, is what it stands for. I kind of like to say it was slice fixing technology. Some people say it's that, but I'm pretty sure it's straight flight technology. It did. It fixed my slice. It absolutely did. I went from slicing 40, 50, 60 yards right of center with my slice to 10 yards left or right of center, pretty straight. I did lose yardage though. And that bothered me. You know, when you can hit it 280 to 300 with a slice, you kind of, oh, that feels good. Yes, I'm strong. Sorry. But I went straight all of a sudden and I lost that yardage. So there was a little part of me that was like, I want the yardage back. But I was hitting it straight. So I was excited. After about 4 weeks, I took a lesson. And that lesson kind of taught me to grip it better. I had the ball, my setup was better. I had a better positioning of everything. And as I corrected my swing, the ball started doing that. And I started going from a little bit of a draw, and then I was hooking it a lot. So I tweaked my swing a bit again, and it came back in. Then I was like, oh yeah, I can adjust the hosel to the right setting, and that'll help fix that draw. And I adjusted it myself, fixed it, but I couldn't remember which ones they said over at Edwin Watts on how to do it. So went to Edwin Watts to have him show me how to do it. And while I was waiting, I picked this up. I picked the Max 10K up. And with my corrected swing, I started hitting the ball in the simulator with this. 260, 270, straight. Spin was under 3,000, which if you know about getting your spin down, I think that's important. I was told that was important. I'm not sure why. I'm not a physicist. But yeah, 3,000 and under was my spin rate. I was hitting it straight. I think I was 5 to 10 yards left or right of center, and 260 to 270, some 280. And that's with the little balls they use in the simulator. So I was like, okay, this is cool. And I'm not having to tweak my swing again. I went back to the way I was taught in that lesson. And here's the great thing about Edwin Watts, and I'm going to give him a plug for free. This is not paid. Let me tell you right now, I have not received a dime from Edwin Watts to say this. Everybody at the Edwin Watts store in Memphis is phenomenal. They all will take time with me. They'll help me out. Love that place. I love that corporation as a whole because they have a 90-day return policy on their clubs where if you don't like them within that 90-day period, you can bring it back and swap it out for a club of the same value or pay a little bit more if you want a better club. So I took it in and they were teaching me how to adjust the hosel. And after I hit this, I was like, nope, I'm going with this one. And they were like, are you sure? Why don't you take it out and play around? Okay. They could have easily taken my money at that point in time, but they didn't. Customer service, phenomenal. They give a bleep about whether or not you're enjoying your golf game and getting better at your golf game. I love that. So I did. I took it out and played around with my son. And